East Preston, North Preston, where are your roots from?
Yeah, so, well, I grew up in Sackville, but it was, my family's from 3 Mile Plains. Like, my grandparents both lived there, like, on Ponick Road, 3 Mile Plains, and then they moved to Sackville, and that's where, like, they started, like, my dad.
3 Mile Plains, that's a black community?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Shout out 3 Mile Plains.
What?
You the first interviewer.
You asked
interviewee.
me if that's a black community?
I mean, I don't know all the black communities.
No, you know what? I feel like that is a black community that is not like, definitely not one of the ones that people talk about.
Yeah.
The most, it's more like in the Valley way. Yeah. That's kind of why. But 3 Mile Plains, that is like.
Give us some history if you got it. Do you know any history for us?
So the Upshaw family specifically, it was 2 Upshaw brothers from America. And they came here to 3 Mile Plains.
Okay, African American.
And they came to 3 Mile Plains to work and build things. And they came here. Then my grandparents, they lived there. It's like kind of like States, Grays, things like that. So that's kind of 3 Mile Plains. And both of my grandparents, they lived on Ponick Road. And it was just kind of like very much, I would say my grandmother more specifically, but like farm, like real, like they were like in the country.
So
like,
all the Upshaws, are they all related usually, mostly?
Yeah,
like
I mean, mostly. I would say any Upshaw that I know from here, I'm related to.
Robert
I don't think
Upshaw
I've...
and,
Yeah.
Sharif and them?
Yeah.
And then the Claytons would be like Marquise and them guys?
Marquise, that's my second. We have the same great grandmother.
Okay, tough.
Like his aunt. And then I forgot to add, I'm also from Weymouth Falls. So
okay, shout out Weymouth Falls.
Shout out
we had some
Weymouth,
Weymouth Falls on here.
Yeah, so what is it? Sam Langford is actually my cousin. We're actually related, which is crazy. But I actually went there for the first family reunion this year.
And you connected with your people, eh?
I got to connect a little bit more with my people.
That's dope.
And I was actually with aquaculture. I did like a whole little interview thing with him and got to learn a little bit more about my culture. I actually got to see my great-grandmother's house and like where my grandfather grew up.
And it's still kicking?
The house is still there. Like I got to actually go in it and actually chill in the house. And it was only down the street from Sam Langford's house and then also down the street from Sam Langford's recreation center. Yeah, so that was cool heritage to learn this summer for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. So the next question I asked that, so then we could dive into like what does community mean to you guys? And maybe you can go and then
for me, community honestly means representing something bigger than yourself. I grew up in a community where it was all negative from the inside world, the outside world inside, and not knowing that everyone's connected. Like when I was growing up, you could walk in anyone's door and say, "Hey, how you doing, Aunt Polly?" Or "Hey, how you doing, my friends?" It's just how it was. And for me, community's big, especially starting with Hope Blooms at 6. Shout out Jessie Jollymore. She really showed us that we can grow food, but also be entrepreneurs, but also give back with that as well. So that plays
security and stuff like that.
Exactly. Like so in UniX where you grow in a 3 mile radius around the whole thing, there's no grocery store still to this day. So the closest grocery store is Quimpool Superstore, I think, and also Young Street Superstore. And then Sobeys up on North Street. But in the community I grew up in, a lot of people don't got vehicles. So my mom used to take 4 of all of us to go to the grocery store to help her grab stuff and then take the stuff home.
Bust your arms open.
It wasn't, oh my goodness. I hated going to the grocery store with my mom, but I was also, my mom said, I'm the best one to help her at the grocery store. I'm like, bro.
You know, you say that on purpose too.
No, dead serious. She used to kill me with that one. Like, you pick the good stuff and always pick the stuff your brothers will all like, not just what's for you. I'm like, I understand, I'll come. But that played that played a big part in the community, being at Hope Blooms, but also like basketball, having a good coach and leaders. For me, being at Hope Blooms and being back now, I always wanted to create spaces for the youth that I never had. So I remember a vivid story, honestly, is when I was at Oxford. I was a great student, always good. It was cold outside one day, and I went to sit in the spot where most people get in trouble, I should say. And I sat there, and the guidance counselor walked right past me, just looked at me, and just went. I said, "Why? Like, I'm not even in trouble. I'm cold." And then that realized the view of what people are going to look at you as. And that was the first time I ever experienced something like that. At SJM, I never had that. When I went to Oxford, that was the first time I experienced that. And I was like, okay, I got to make sure I change this at some point when I get older. And how can I do that? So right now, honestly, what things that I do is the Hope Blooms, but also I coach basketball now to make sure that I can help with the growth of the youth. It's the biggest thing that we need, especially as young men in this generation. They definitely need a little bit more guidance, especially when you got TikTok and social media all the time. And you're seeing stuff that's probably not the best thing to see. Like, I remember being in high school, I used to follow all the meme pages. Once COVID happened, I deleted that from my page. I was like, I don't need this negativity. And that's something I like to teach.
Where do you find where'd you get that from? Where'd you get the awareness?
The awareness? at one point, I think I was on my phone and I had some of my friends send me some crazy stuff. Like some of my friends at the time were able to see, like, go on Instagram and see someone die and they would laugh.
Oh yeah, no.
And I'm like, yeah, this is too far.
For real.
Desensitized to the max. I'm like, yeah, I got to stop. I follow every single thing. And I said, plus I want to see stuff that I want to do. So music, basketball, also entrepreneurs, finance.
The stuff that you're aspiring towards, you got to realize that the algorithm is programming you just as much as you're programming it.
Exactly. So if I'm on there watching people dying or shooting people, that's what I'm going to see all the time. And that's what I'm most likely going to be influenced to. So I had to change that and just cut that out. Like, I told my friends, don't send me that stuff no more.
Good,
Take myself with the group chats and certain things that I didn't want to see. We're still cool, but I was like, I can't look at that. It's going to do that. And then also recently, 2 years ago, or last year, I started a program called Bloom Success. It's actually at Citadel High, and I actually, with the Hope Blooms kids, but also youth from the community, I actually help them with their grades, but also help what they want to do post high school. So I get them ready, because when you're in high school, you don't get ready for the time, man. When you get to uni, you are gonna fail a class. You were going to. Like, there's no if, and, or buts, because you're not used to the work.
Unless you're like a keener.
True.
No,
Unless you're
like one class it was borderline close. Like,
or you get really close and you've never seen that before. You're like, oh, I went to high school, miss a day of school, and I can make that back up. You miss one class in uni?
It's on you. It's on you.
Can we talk about that? Because I had one class, just not even meaning to change the subject, but I remember I studied the early content. This is the one that I almost failed. I studied the early content, and then I go to the exam. I didn't really study like the later content. The whole thing was a later content. I'm sitting there guessing, making up words. They were like, what does this stand for? EX. My bad, but keep going.
Yeah, see, thank God I was in COVID, so we did all our test exams online.
For the first year.
I had friends, so I said, hey, just send me the answer. Like, we'd be on FaceTimes and group tests, like, bro, we do the same answer.
People had WhatsApp chats going crazy.
Crazy. But yeah, I started that Bloom Success to basically be a representative in the community. Like, I have friends that still do negative things. I also have relatives that did negative things. I don't want to see none of you guys in this light. And if I can stop it or help you see a different light, like, that's what I'm going to do. True. Even if it's something that's not the norm. Like, you know, when people are like, go get a normal job. What's really a normal job in 2025, right?
Yeah,
like
3 jobs is a normal job.
Yeah. Exactly, right? So it's like, what do you really want to do, and how can I make you get there in the best way? And also try to relate to the kids as much as possible. And I think a big thing what I try to do is I'm a mentor and they respect me, but I also try to relate to them. Like, I'm also not that far off in age. Like, I went to high school 6 years, about to be 5 years ago. And a lot of them understand where I'm at. So I try to relate to them like, hey, how you doing today? What's going on? And a big thing that I show with them is I won't lie to you, so don't lie to me. So if you ask me something truthful about how I was when I was younger, I'll be truthful with you and I'll tell you why it's not the best decision to make. But also what I learned is being an African Nova Scotian male, you only learn stuff once you get the lesson from it. And it's true. It's just true. Like, you got to
learn if you get burned.
Exactly. That's the only way you got to learn it. But I feel with the youth that I'm working with, they're starting to understand that they're actually starting to get those experiences. That's why I came back to Hope Blooms. I wanted to be someone that was a representative for them, that they could be like, oh, Kye plays basketball. Kye coached basketball, played basketball. Kye also did football at Citadel and worked hard for that. Also was a valedictorian in grade 12. But that came from being good at doing multiple things, being good in the community, doing music, and also being an athlete at a high level. And just teaching them that, like, when you get to the real world, if you don't know how to multitask, you're SOL.
Yeah, I find that's a key point, because a lot of young guys, they don't want to listen until they see it happen, but it's good that you're being a mentor for them, you're relating to them and spending time with them, because then what you're able to do is tell them things that are going to happen, and then that builds more trust with them, because then they said, Kye said this was going to happen, and look what it did.
And it's happened. Like, dead serious. Like, I got to be like, didn't I tell you that? He's like, yeah. Are you disappointed in me? No, I'm not, but I told you this.
Because it gives them the future. And then when it happens, because sometimes it won't happen to them, it'll happen to their friend. And then they'll be like, Kye was telling me about this. And it kind of weans them in the better direction.
Exactly.
But I find a lot of it is because the teachers and the parents, like, parents are working every day. Teachers are there, some of them are just there for a paycheck, and they got their own stuff they're dealing with. So kids don't really have somebody that's able to have the time to give them that attention and that advice. So then they're just freestyling, and then a lot of their advice comes from their peers, people that are just experiencing the same stuff as them. So it's no advice. It's just, hey, we all going through the bullshit together.
Exactly. No, and that's fact. So that's why, like, when I was in high school, I didn't have I promised the person that gave me guidance and let me open up to do whatever I want was honestly the principal. So, funny story, I lit someone's hair on fire in class.
Yeah, Chris, my boy, bad as hell.
I wasn't even bad, though. Like, what happened was I had a lighter.
Intentional?
And I was
unintentional, but it looked like it was intentional. So I, like, lit a lighter. He leaned back. He had a long afro. It lit on fire. I hit his head. He didn't even know what happened. I just went boom, boom. I had a teacher. The teacher really didn't like any African Nova Scotians or any black people, honestly. And she's like, what happened? It smells like fire. And sent both of us down to the office. Oh my God. When I get sent down to the office, I'm shaking, scared. New principal, I don't know what to do. I told him the story. He started laughing. Opened my whole mouth. I was like, why is he laughing?
Perspective, yeah.
Brought the constable in. Like, you have a police officer in there. Told her the story. She started laughing.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at my friend and said, are we in trouble? What? He said, just sitting here for the rest of the class. And what that opened up, like he let me go make music and would mark me in, like he's away from school, but he won't get the absence because he knew that I was still putting the work in his school and was able to open that up at school for me. So I told him that's the reason why I came back to do, because I know you're a principal. You got 1,700 kids to look after. Yeah. I can help with whatever the kids that you need extra help with. That's my job. So that's what I really wanted to do. And that's basically why I go back to
it's cool that you're diving into all this stuff because I see you in community. When I'm in community, I see you in community. And when I'm at places, I see you at places. So I know that you're doing it. But it's cool to see the story and understand where you came from and how it all unfolded. You know, shout out to that principal. Let him.
Shout out Mr. Morrison. No cap. He's still there to this day. He's telling me he's gonna retire this year, but he's been saying that for the last 3-4 years.
School needs principals like that because without principals like that, the school ain't got as much love and ain't got that much blood circulating through it. And like shout out to Miss Hudson at Auburn. I see the big difference that she makes. And please don't leave Auburn.
Right. Don't retire.
Nah, because Mr. Morrison, like I wouldn't have lunch and he would buy me lunch every day. From the calf, or he'd give me dead serious, would give me his card and be like, go to Randy's and go buy yourself lunch for everyone that's with you.
See, and that makes a big difference because that's an impact for you, but that's gonna impact you for the future when someone asks you for something or someone needs something. It's like it's because a lot of people I can't even say a lot of people, I can't even say anything, but some people they only do things to get things back. But when you give indiscriminately with your real heart, like it just creates abundance for yourself. I think.
Like literally, I just took a group of Some Hope Blooms girls. They want to go to Crumble. I was like, I'll take you guys. I got you. No worries.
Every cent, spent every cent.
Almost $100. Dirty sodas and Crumble.
$100.
And then they were like, the kids were also like, appreciate you, Kye. Like they respect me to the utmost. Don't tell me anything. So I'm like, that's the kind of relationship I want to build with those youth, so they can understand I'm here. Whatever you need that you can't. You know, when you're older, like when you're younger, you can't tell your parents everything because you're scared of the reaction. They can tell me whatever, and I'm just gonna help guide them in the decision they want to make.
Yeah, no judgment and stuff. Now, Jody, for you, what does community mean to you?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's such a versatile word, really, when you think about it. First things first, I'm going to encourage you to go do some research on 3 Mile Plains.
Like, okay, 3 Mile Plains. Like, let's all take a field trip on your dollar.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And every other viewer, because I will say that is a historic Black settlement in Nova Scotia that isn't always touched on, but it's always like you know, when you go to the Black Culture Center, like it's on the wall, like you know what I mean. It's on the lists. Like
I'll see it now that you revealed it to me.
But you don't always notice it. You know what I mean? So definitely, because that is obviously exactly why I'm here today. There was a long line of amazing and very brave African Nova Scotian women specifically, but I'll go further.
Shout out to the Upshaw brothers.
But yeah, my family, like, and I respect my grandparents so much for, especially that being a little bit further out as well, having the courage to be brave and want to see, like, want to expand their minds and move a little further away from where sometimes people stay in that community forever, you know what I mean, and want to go a little further. And my grandfather, they came in here, he worked for the dockyard. My grandmother ended up working for the government, and they bought their home and they started our family and stuff like that. But definitely come from, I think, like, 7th or 8th generation African Nova Scotian. And my family specifically, the Upshaws, was the 2 brothers. But there's a lot of other, obviously, blended into that with amazing stories of how they got there as well. So definitely encouraging all the viewers to go look up 3 Mile Plains.
100%.
But then, so then I grew up in Sackville, which... Not going to trash Sackville.
Sack Vegas.
I'm not going to trash it. I'm not going to trash it because it was the beginning of it all. Like, I still love, like, our family home right now. It's still the most peaceful place. You know what I mean? I played for Sackville Storm. I switched teams.
You went to where?
The Panthers. I had to go to the Panthers.
Okay.
Shout out to why.
I feel like when I was in Sackville, I didn't really understand what community could do for you because it wasn't really the type of community. It's a community nonetheless, but it wasn't necessarily the type of community for me. I would say like the community that's still there, that's a part of my community. They were obviously a part of my story. They were the first people to champion, you know, my music and start, like, that's the place where I started to be known, of course. But even when you're talking about principals, like my principal at Millwood High, we had like this whole thing. We had these white people posted up this video singing, you know, when what was it, the Freaky Friday song where Chris Brown and do you think I can say the N word? Can I really? Yeah, that stupid song. And then so they were like posting up one night singing that, but like asking, do you think I could say? And they were all singing it and like saying it, posting video and like posted it. But I was on someone's, like, it was, you know, like when people have friends accounts.
The private, yeah.
So they posted it on their friend's account and I was on there, right? And I was like, oh.
That's how y'all move.
Oh, this is what we do.
Oh, no, let's put it on the real account. Let's post it somewhere where people got some followers. I'm like, let me post it up, like, you know?
Yep.
And I literally had my principal literally look at us in the face and say, like, they can sing it because Chris Brown does. So what's the difference? And this is like literally leader of the school, like in charge of our next generation's education. Like these are the people sometimes. Like it's crazy. I was shocked. I was like, I didn't even know that you like
as you
are
get
able
older,
to be a principal and have a thought process like that.
As you get older, you realize like these principals, these teachers, these people that you're trusting your kids with.
Yeah.
You're like, some of them places and teachers, I would never send my schools. I'm borderline. When I have kids, I want my kids to be homeschooled because, like, some of them teachers don't give a rat's.
They don't.
Like,
they don't care. No, we had like this whole meeting. It was like this whole thing, and she was like, you know, we don't want to reprimand them in any way because, you know, this is their. Mind you, I'm a grade 9 because we started in grade 9 at Millwood. So me and my friends were in grade 9, and we're like, no, like pull them in here and let's tell them what's up, you know?
Yeah.
And. No, they were like, we don't want to like damage their senior year in any way. We don't want them to miss any time from their study. We don't want them to have any negative memories about their senior year. I was like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, so I transferred, like, I went to sit, like, ASAP. I was like, no, this is a waste of my time, like, quick, fast. But I feel like my dad, it was funny, before that even happened, before I was even thinking about going to high school, he used to take me to, like, the Citadel girls basketball games. And like he'd have me talk to Wade and stuff like that. And I looked up to Jazz and Angie already so much because I would go to the SMU camps. Yeah. And I already looked up to them so much. I was like, oh, they're so cool. Like, you know, and then so I seen them play at Citadel, like, and stuff like that. I would see her play at Citadel, and my dad wanted to show me, like, you know, them and stuff like that, take me to their games. And he looked at me and he was like, you know, you could go here. Like, you know, because I was like, this school's so big. And he's like, you could go here. Yeah. And I'm like, no, we can't go here. Like, I don't live here. And he's like, you can do whatever you want. Matter, you know what I mean? Like, we can do whatever you want to do, we're going to do it, you know? Yeah. So I do appreciate, like, he instilled that mindset always from a young age to, like, look beyond, like, what's in front of you. Because I felt like when I was in Sackville, when I was super young, I felt like there's so much more. There's so much more. I don't feel like that connection. I didn't feel the community vibes in the same way. And he really taught me how to create and look for that community in different places, in the right places, because it can be easy to look for them in the wrong places. But through basketball, mostly, like through different basketball programs, you know, go play for Coach Les with Mega, you know what I mean? Go do this, right? Yeah. Go play for the Panthers, you know? Yeah. All good.
Is that your one?
Go play for the Panther. Like, fine, go try out these different things. And just because you're in this community doesn't mean that has to be your community. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And go try out these different things and find who your people are. Find who's gonna be your community. Find who's gonna be your support system. Yeah. So I really appreciate that because I did. And like, I went out there, I played for Panthers and those were my girls. And that's what gave me the push that when that happened at Millwood, I was like, I know that I don't have to accept this. Yeah. Like, I know that I don't have to accept this. And there wasn't a lot of Black students there already. So we felt so alone. Like, you know what I mean? It was just us and not even our principal was standing up for us. You know what I mean? And we were like, this isn't worth our time. Like, you know, it was quickly, I was like, this is not even worth my time. My education is so much more important than this. Like, go ahead.
And your mental well-being too.
Yeah.
So how do you...
My high school.
So how do you find? How do you find like with the transition from Millwood to Citadel? What was that?
It was like, it was just beautiful. Like even down to like the way that it looks and the way that it's built is just so big, and it was just crazy. Like I feel like with Millwood, it was like the same people that I went to junior high. Like it's, if you go to Sackville Heights Junior High, you're going to Millwood. Like that's it. Like it was all the same people, like, you know, that you went to school with always. And then you go to Citadel and you're walking past people and every day you see someone that you've never met before. Every single day that I went to Citadel, I swear I saw someone that I did not remember seeing before.
Yeah, she's so serious. On like in grade 12, there's people I graduated with that I didn't know I went to school with.
No, literally. It was just such a big place. So that's why, when that happened, because I put myself out there with basketball earlier, or I through music as well, and meeting people and having those communities, I knew that this community wasn't serving me in the way, and there was more out there. So I transferred to Citadel and definitely opened my eyes. I had my girls that I played for with the Panthers and stuff like that. They were going there. That's kind of why I wanted to follow that community that I had created for myself, those friends and things like that. Yeah. The transition was crazy in a lot of ways because it was also not only it's so big and there's so many people, so there's so many opportunities, but it's so big that you can become really small. Like, you know what I mean? It like you can become really small. Like in Millwood, it was easy to like be known and have everyone know me as a singer. There's only a certain amount of people and they've known me since forever, right? But in Citadel, like it just reminded me like, oh, I got to put that, like, I got to put that work in again. Like, I got to let them know who Jody Upshaw is here at Citadel. You know what I mean? So that was definitely crucial to my development and playing for Citadel High basketball for sure. That was crucial to my development. And then my other sense of community that was probably the most constant throughout my whole life was always my music community. And that also like shaped me to know that that was a possibility and that was a career option for me. And that was something that I could pursue as a profession because from a young age, my truest community that I was always around, you know, was the music community and the people that made that profession and career for themselves. And I was always able to see that and surround myself with that. So I always knew that it was a possibility. I was never like, that's not possible for me. You know, I didn't feel that way. And that's why it's so important to me now to like do that for other people and let them know that like, if you have a dream, like there's no sense in not chasing it. Like if you have something that fills you with purpose and passion, like that is what you should be centering your life about. Like that makes the most sense, you know, and how to turn that into something that's a business making money for you and whatnot. So yeah, that's why, because like I said, like having someone like Arini and Haley and things like that to have, I even remember my artist in residence performance. That was like the first time I think I started to feel like really nervous for a performance because it was like competition based and I knew something was on the line and I was like, oh, I don't want to like mess up this opportunity. And it was because I remember as a young girl seeing Rainey win it. And being like, oh, that's so cool. And like seeing her thing on the newspaper and being like, oh, I wish I could do that someday. And she hit me up like the same day before I went on and like encouraged me and everything. And it meant so much to like be seen by her and to have that sense of support. And it like just connected me back to when I was a little girl and I seen her and been like, oh, I wish I could do what she does, you know? But she showed me all along, you can do whatever you want to do, you know? So that's why it is so important to me to reach out to those young artists, specifically young Black women, and give them that opportunity to encourage their dreams and their goals.
Yeah, that's dope.
Free the girls.
Free the girls, exactly.
I'll be on the way with her. Free the girls.
Free the girls. I'm on it with you fellas.
Free the girls.
Before the last one, well, what projects? You'll start with you. What projects and stuff do you got on the go, and what's the future look like for you?
Music wise, I actually been working on my solo mixtape because I dropped Temporary in 2020. I've been working on the same project for the last 5 years. So at first it was called Differences. Now it's actually called Live by Faith, Not by Sight. Something I'm strong on. I know some things don't go your way, but I always have hope and have faith that it's gonna be okay. It's kind of a two-parter. So the first half's called Live by Faith. Second half's Not by Sight. It's about 7 tracks apiece. Hopefully it comes on the next couple months. Cross my fingers. But it's music for people to honestly relate for pain that they have, but also understand that there's going to be better. I got a song called on there like Keep Your Head Up. It's simple, but it's like telling you certain things that I wouldn't do to make sure that I can make sure I'm in this lane. I have a song called Situations. That's about certain things that you can't control and you just got to make sure you can get the best out of it. But my journey of what I got coming up for myself is more about like just making sure you have hope and you always have faith in yourself. LDN projects coming out. Well, hopefully we just dropped one in October called Uncensored Tapes Volume 2. We actually got one coming out in February. That's a group, another group tape. And then we're also going to drop one in May and August. So we've been working on music for the last 5 years and haven't since 2021, 4 years as a group, and we want to make sure we get all that music out.
So a lot in the chamber. Shout out the brand.
Oh yeah, and then right here we got the 8-star brand. Shout out Lottie. He came out with this in uni. Just big. Everyone loves the 8-star. The $100 bill one's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
He actually just dropped a cheetah print little thing, and then we got some new stuff coming out. Hopefully in the next around just after Christmas time, we're gonna have some hoodies and stuff. But 8-Star's a big brand. It fits in with the Let Dreams Be Noticed as well. And basically, it's like infinity. It's about just thinking of things better than yourself and creating something that's more than yourself.
For sure. And another question before we jump over.
Of course.
10 years from now, where do you envision yourself being?
10 years from now, I envision myself, honestly, being at the top of the rap game, honestly. I'm just being honest. I can see myself, and that could be either, I see myself as a Kendrick Lamar, honestly, based off of conception, like how I make concept albums and how I really think about what I'm saying to the people when it's my music. I see myself also being a big community lead, someone that a lot of people can reach out to whenever they need something. And also just being the best role model I can be for the people around me, including my peers. I had a group of 4 friends because we all didn't have dads except for one. My boy Lottie, his dad was in his host. There was me, Tridell, Cornell, and we kept each other accountable growing up. And that really created a foundation where we stand on today in our values. So I feel like that's big. I really see myself just helping out a lot of people. What I say to the youngins is the more I get, the more I can give. And that's really what I stand on is if I can give an opportunity to you and help you take it to the next level, then that will make me feel better than me taking this opportunity for myself and being selfish. So
then another question, sorry. How important is working in community and like having a job that can sustain you building your dream?
Shout out my job, honestly. Jesse lets me leave whenever I have music. I actually came back and actually started a music program at Hope Blooms that was never there before to make sure that I'm always doing something that I love. But being in community is very important to me just because I want to make sure that people see what they, like the young ones that are growing up, they can see the same image. Like I used to play basketball right there at the Dixon too. I used to run around and play tag and do all those things that you're doing as well. And just understand that it's very relatable and they understand that. And that's big to me, super big. But shout out my job for letting me like take my dreams to the next level, but also bring my dreams to where I'm at.
Giving that freedom. And I think it's important for you because you're from the community, you're in the community, and you're showing the youth from community you don't have to go this way. You can go the right way.
Like it's super big. Like I even work with youth right now that think that that's an option. I'm like, you don't want that option.
Because it's only bad.
What I say, a big thing that someone told me is like, do you see this passport I have right here? You can't go nowhere if you do this stuff. And that's big. Like you want to travel, you want to do those things. These are certain things that we got to make sure. Because there's a lot of opportunities that you can do that don't need to be this. And honestly, a lot of people that do that stuff are great business minds, but they're just doing the wrong business.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
100%. So for you, would be the same 10-year question?
Yeah. Or like what you have going on right now.
My bad.
Okay. Well, I mean, right now, like I said, I'm on my 2nd term of being on the board of directors for Music Nova Scotia. They approached me about that, and it was interesting because that was something that I saw myself, not this specifically, but I always knew like later on down the line I wanted to be like a success for myself so I could help put the other artists in Nova Scotia and build that infrastructure that we don't have and kind of help push the needle in those ways. So when the opportunity came, I was like, oh, maybe it doesn't have to be like when I don't want to be an artist anymore. You know, it can be, wow, they can exist at the same time, you know? And regardless, I'm putting these tools under my belt and it's helping my music career as well. Like it's all networking. It's all helping me understand that side of the industry more as well.
So you might have some insider information for the youth that want to be in the music. Is there like funding and opportunities and stuff like that out there? Because I know for myself and like I'm up in my 30s and none of my friends knew about funding or nothing. They just trying to trap and rap and they were trying to make it and they were trying to be famous. And I can't say many of them made it, but I know that there's some friends now that are getting funding and there's opportunities and there's ways to, maybe you could touch on some of that stuff.
Yeah, so the same ways that everyone says like it's harder to be an artist because you're in Canada, like being in Canada, specifically Nova Scotia, but in Canada it's a little bit different than, you know, if you're in the States. However, we are very privileged and people from other places will say that about us because they don't get that. Like there's no places like where the Canadian government actually does have money that they give to certain organizations to give to emerging artists, like, you know, and that's not the case in a lot of different countries and places.
So maybe tell them where to find those resources.
Yeah. So specifically, I mean, like Factor is one for Canada as a whole, but I definitely just want to speak to like Nova Scotia, but Music Nova Scotia, and we've gotten like increase in funding over the last couple of years as well. And the majority of like the funding they get, it all goes back into artists' pockets, whether it's to help them tour, whether it's to help them shoot a music video, record a project, put out a project, maybe it's for marketing. There's even mentorship programs. So if you want to, whether you're like an artist, but also if you want to just work in the music industry, like as a manager or as an engineer, like there's a million different jobs in the music industry, and you can pair yourself with a mentor, and there's grants for that. So you can help like pay the mentor and pay yourself for the time, like things like that. And it's free actually to sign up for Music Nova Scotia if you're under 18. So like there's no cost. I think it's a $50 membership if not. But as a young person, now it's free. Like you can go on there and apply, and it can be hard and scary to write grants, but that's why definitely I would say reach out. Like to me or other people at Music Nova Scotia. Daryl, who runs like the funding, he's honestly really great. Like he's not gonna, if you ask questions, he's gonna tell you, yeah, you probably shouldn't be writing that, you know, it's gonna help, because grants are like a science. They really are. But we've been doing a lot of work, and Music Nova Scotia has been doing a lot of work to break down some of the barriers to get access to that funding. And people don't realize that, like, if you can't, like, music is expensive. It's so expensive to like do music. It really is. And to create the project from beginning to end and then market it afterwards and try to go and perform it and everything and have a band on stage with you and all these things. And they definitely understand that, and they want to remove those barriers so people have the opportunities. And of course, ANSMA, the African Nova Scotian Music Association, they've been doing a lot of work as well and adding different. They just came out with one today. I got the email
today. Same.
It's like it's like a mentorship. One that they're
program?
Yeah. Mastery program. I just got the email today. Sorry.
We looked over it quick. I was at a basketball game coaching and I just looked at it.
Yeah, but like those things have been there recently, but now we're even expanding on it more and making it easier for people to access them, and making it easier for people who haven't written a grant before and may think that that's super scary to like get into those programs, because that money is there for artists in Canada, and like you do deserve to have it, like for sure. Like
it's your money.
Exactly. Basically. It literally belongs to you, like literally. But you don't always think about that. Or maybe like when you're just starting out, I think like you feel like you don't deserve it or something like that, or you have to be like at a certain level.
Yeah, going back to that imposter syndrome thing.
Exactly. But really that's who it's for, is the people who need like that push, and they don't have like that opportunity to do that for sure. So yeah, definitely. And like I'm always available. Send me a message and I'll hook you up with the right program for sure.
Yeah, tell the people your guys' IGs and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Jody.Upshaw.
And then mine's Kye Clayton ST. Simple and plain.
Yeah. And then, of course, my artistry side as well. Yeah, I feel like I've done a lot of work over the last couple of years to really hone in on what I want my message to be and what my branding looks like. Like I said, with doing like the last 10 years and doing it as a 10-year-old and doing it in high school, like I've changed so much. My message has changed, you know, the things that I've gone through have changed. Like, you know, I have different perspectives and different things that I want to represent. But I've done a lot of work over the last couple of years to really focus on where I'm trying to go and what I'm trying to get across. And I feel like this year for me, without saying too much, is definitely about like enjoying that and showing everyone that, and really stepping into like who I've become over that time and really putting out like that sound that where I'm at right now, for sure.
Awesome. And then what is it? Did you answer the 10-year
10
one?
years? No, I don't think.
10 years? Okay, 10 years from now, I see myself traveling and performing on big stages all over the world. I have yet to perform outside of Atlantic Canada. I've performed in the Maritime provinces, but I have not performed outside of there. So that's a big goal for me right now. So 10 years from now, I see myself performing all over the world, places that I don't even know exist yet, and sharing my voice and connecting with other artists and other people that might connect with me. And I see my music being played everywhere, definitely in spaces where there's women out there like me that have a similar story. And I can see my music being played in the rooms of young girls that want to be an artist or have big dreams, you know. And I see myself also pushing the needle for Nova Scotia because, like I said, there's just so much greatness here, especially with the artistic community. Like, I was so grateful to see so many artists growing up, and there's so many more to come. Like, I meet so many kids, like, we meet kids all the time, and we're like, whoa, like, you can really, like, like, if you want to do it, you can. And I feel like not everybody knows those people yet. But 10 years from now, I see myself, like, pushing the needle, and so we can stop, like, complaining about how Nova Scotia doesn't have the infrastructure. Like, instead, I want to be able to say, like, this is a go-to place. This is the hub for this. This is where you can go in Canada if you're looking for this. So yeah, I see that being a big part of myself and helping those other artists.
I like it.
I actually have two last questions. This is kind of funny. First one, if there's a moment you can highlight in your life that was just like a highlight of your career so far, your career is still going. But because I was reading y'all bios and you were saying ANSMA, Euphoria, like Magnetic World performances, like what moment stood out the most to you and had like the biggest impact? Like maybe it was like the first time you went on stage and performed, or it was like, I don't know, an accomplishment. That was like pivotal.
Do you want to go first or no?
I can.
Yeah, okay, go.
For me, honestly, I would say getting the Lieutenant Governor Award in 2023. The reason why it was so big and such a thing that I was appreciative of is that when I got the award, I didn't know I was the first rapper to ever get the award in 100 years, like ever. And it was something that was like, wow, this holds a lot of weight, but also knowing that having this award in this moment shows that other hip hop artists in Nova Scotia can also win this award musically. And that this held a lot of value when I definitely got that award.
Yeah, paving the way.
Exactly. And that felt good to be like from my community and be like, I can really, a lot of other people can do this. And that made me happy for sure.
Like trailblazer.
Yeah.
Set in history. What about you, Jody?
I'm like thinking of a few, but the one that's sticking out to me the most was definitely when my song was on Euphoria. But it's for a specific reason. It's because actually, I'll say like the day that it happened was 110%, I would say, like the worst day of my life before that. Like, you know, I was going through like the hardest period of my life, you know? And that day specifically was the worst day of my life, like legit. And I was so alone. I like I just finished having COVID as well. And I was like, just during that time, so isolated. And I remember like I was in the shower. It was like the middle of the night. I was talking to my mom. My phone was off. And I was like in the shower. And then I remember it being like, I don't even know what time, because it would have like the show premiered or whatever, like later at night or something like that. Yeah. And I didn't have my phone on. And then I get out of the shower at like 12:30 a.m. or something like that. And I'm just trying to like get my mind right, like literally. And I'm just like thinking so much and like overthinking, right? Yeah. And I open my phone, for whatever reason, and I'm like, why is every single, like, I've never had this many notifications before. What the? And I'm thinking, like, did something bad? Like, what is going on? Like, you know what I mean? And it's just like endless, like everybody I've ever come across reaching out to me and being like, oh my God, and sending me these videos.
So
like,
my God.
Yes. and I felt like every single person like that I made a connection with was like celebrating with me in that moment. And everyone was sending me videos. And it was crazy because like the first video I saw of it was like on Snapchat, and like someone posted on their story and like tagged me and was like, wait, that's Jody's song. And it was like the scene, like, and it's literally Zendaya's face. And I'm like seeing Zendaya's face and like hearing my song, and it's like not computing. And I'm like, where are you watching? Like, what is going on? You know what I mean? And understanding that moment. And it really actually felt like God, like legit, like reached his hand down and was like, you are going to sacrifice so many things, you know, like you're going to sacrifice so many things, but this is why, like you are all for this feeling that you have right now. Like, you know what I mean? This feeling, like, this is why. This is the this is the reason. Not because it was Zendaya or because it was a big show, but just the fact of like, you will continue to accomplish. You have done great things, and there are things that you don't even know that you're going to do yet, that you are dreaming of, and you've spent so much time dreaming of. You know what I mean? And like every sacrifice that you will have to make to feel that feeling again is going to be worth it, and you're going to want to do it over and over again. So that is such a moment that stuck out for me.
So that was your worst day, and then it's flipped into what?
the most meaningful, purposeful day of my life. Like a moment, like, and that's why crazy. It's crazy and it sticks out to me so much because that was probably like the lowest I had ever felt, and it changed like in an instant. Wow. And because I've always known, like, knowing yourself, like, music was always at the center and the most important. So like, if everything else is bad, but like I'm following this purpose and I'm on that track and I'm accomplishing this track, then it's all for that reason, you know? And I really, I felt like I always kept God close to me 110%. But I really felt like literally reached down and put his hand on me and was like, you know what you're doing. Yeah. You know what you're doing. You're on the right path. You know what you're doing. You know why you're doing what you're doing, you know? So, yeah.
And then the last question that I had, so obviously we're doing a dual episode with the both of you being together. So if you could dive into how this started, this beautiful Black love and like the industry and stuff.
You want me to start?
I don't know where you're going to start.
I got better memory probably on the, I remember everything from day one.
Well, he sat behind me in law class.
So we can go back further than this.
Go back.
We can go back.
And he did send me he sent me beats, and I remember being like, and I remember going home.
I was in grade 12.
I remember going home to my mom and being like, hey, like, this Kye, he sits behind me, like, he makes the,
No, I did. I sat, me and Nelly sat behind
Nelly and Kye, they sat behind me in law class. I was in grade 11, they were in grade 12. And yeah, I went home to my mom and I'm like, this guy, like, he makes beats, like, he does all this stuff by himself.
Not that good.
You don't know that J. Cole song sitting behind in the math class?
Yeah, that's real life, like, literally. And I remember that. It stuck out to me, like, literally. And I went home to my mom, whatever. So we, like, knew of each other. Like, I knew that he was doing what he was doing. Like,
and I knew what she was doing.
Yeah, like, I always commented, like, support.
We knew what each other would do.
Yeah, like, we were cool for, I would say, as soon as she came to Citadel, and then once we started, and I knew her music, and I met her dad, both the barber, like, then we were kind of cool and we're friends then.
Yeah.
And you don't see, like, like we said, we didn't see, like, I didn't start seeing people, like, kind of like my age that were doing music until I was in high school, you know?
Yeah.
And she literally came at the perfect time because when she came in grade 10 and grade 11 is when we started the whole collective.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, when you have another young artist, naturally, like, we were supporting each other. Like, you pay attention to the other young artists, you try to support them, things like that. And that was about it. I mean, he tried to put a little game here and she
left me on red. Like back in high school. Anyways.
And then
back then she didn't want me, now I'm hot.
Just like Kyson has said.
Okay, all right.
Mike
Jones.
Mike Jones.
Who? I'm dying. And then he was doing a project for at NSCC, and he needed to record with someone. Anyways, he asked me to do it with him, and I did it. It was all like,
so the game was working.
Even thinking like that.
No, but we weren't even thinking like that. So like at that time when I asked her to be in the stew, I was actually talking to someone. To be honest,
Okay.
And she knew that, but we were really close.
Our first session that we had, we were talking about our exes, like the concept of the song. He sent me this song. And the concept was like time heals, and we were both, and then because of that, like, I mean, if you do a session, we're trying to write something together, so we're sharing a little bit about the perspectives that we're writing from. We're talking about these things, like the mind just wasn't even there.
Yeah, and I was like 100% honest with her too. Like I was telling her stuff that I was bad boyfriend in certain points with the ex, like certain things.
Because we were trying to make the song, like that was the purpose. So we were just talking honestly. You guys were connecting
each other's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but didn't know it though.
We didn't even know. Like,
yeah, and we were in we had 4 sessions, I think, over like a 2-week span.
The song was about how time doesn't
heal. The song's about how time doesn't heal. And literally the song's about, it will come on one day. It's not still.
Archive.
No, it is. I listen to it here and there when I need to.
When the duet album come?
Who knows? Who knows?
Leak it.
Who knows? But it's a song about us, like a couple going back and forth, kind of. Yeah. And like basically saying like, you don't do this right and you don't do this, but also explaining the experience and how can you change and how can this get better and stuff like that.
But like, wasn't it like the time's passing, but like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's not healing.
Yeah, it's not healing or whatever the heck.
We made the song and then actually we went to we had a food drive performance. That's funny too.
And I asked him to do that song with me on my set. Like we both, like LDN performed and I performed, and because I was performing and he was going to be there that night, I was like, let's do that new song that we just did. Let's do it. And we performed that night. And yeah,
I think that performance like happened. Yeah. So we were still cool. We were friendly. We were cool.
Just music, like cool, you know.
And then put it this way:
don't say what you're gonna say.
I'm not gonna say what I'm really, but I'm gonna piece it together properly. Ahead. So how it happened is we had an LDN show. I know the date and everything. It was December 18th. It was a Sunday, and we had an LDN show. And then
I feel like
one of her other friends at the time wanted to chill with one of my friends.
Yeah.
But she was too scared to message and say, come downtown.
And I was like,
that night.
I was just texting with Kyle the other day. We performed together. I'll send her a message.
I'll message him. So she messaged me and said, oh, after you guys' show, come downtown.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, Jody asked me to come hang out. Oh, she's interested. Of course, we were going anywhere.
Of course we're slotting.
I'm like, we're going.
First of all I said was, how was the performance? You know,
You guys should come downtown.
all your
Said
friends.
that, are you up tech?
But you know how it is. You know when you go around your guys and you're like, hey, look at this. And they were gassing me up. I'm like, say less, we got to go. Like, she's interested, maybe.
Yeah.
And this is when boomers, when you had to wait in the line, like you got to wait in that line
Round that
forever.
corner.
Yes.
He waited.
But
No,
like we were
waited.
inside, we got our stamps early, so we didn't have to wait. But when he came down,
sat in the line
they
for
sat
hours.
in that line
That line was
forever.
Wow.
So then we were about to, no cap, we were about to leave the line. And then Jody comes to the window and says, texts me and says, just wait, like, don't leave yet. And we were at the front, and we were like, I was like, bet, we'll stay. We went inside. Then the rest of her friends left her when we got in
They
there.
left, and
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, "You guys, they just waited
Even
out
the
in
one
the
that
cold
wanted
for
your
us."
friend?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they were like, "This is making me laugh so much right now."
Lord.
They were like, "Okay, like we've been in here, like too bad that they took too long. Like
Yeah.
let's go somewhere else now." And I'm like, "I don't like it here, but like they did specifically
She was being nice. She was
wait
being
in
kind because she
line
invited
She
us.
was letting you know.
to hang
She would
with
let you
just
know what's
us."
up.
So one of my friends, she stayed with
Okay,
me.
nice.
I was like, "Well, let's just stay for a second, whatever." And
Yeah.
we, like I said, we went to high school with it. Like we had been in social
Like all
settings
of us,
around
our
them
friends
already.
knew of
You
each
know what I
other's
mean?
friends.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it was
yeah.
already.
Everyone was
And-
connected.
Yeah, so it was just like me and my friend and whatever. And then I don't know.
Basically, I don't know what happened.
The rest is history.
Like I said,
The
I
rest
thought
is
she was
history.
interested, so I started playing a little
Y'all
game.
know. Y'all
And then
know.
literally from that night, we have never not seen each other. I think we hung out every single day.
Oh
after
my
that.
goodness.
Not
Yeah,
even
we live
joking.
together now, like literally.
Yeah,
Glued at the hip.
Like not
Two
even
peas
joking. Like,
in
I
a
asked her to
pod.
come over every single night, and literally every single night.
It
She like
was
woke up with me
something-
on Christmas for 6 days after that happened. And
It
I
was
knew.
something that I would have
wow.
never thought about, like knowing
Wow.
him.
Yeah.
And then like once like we got together, it was just like, this makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Like you add so much to my life. Like it made so much sense. Like that was the first like that was really like, oh, like you're actually like a teammate. Like you're a part. Like we have goals and we can
Real
help each other
partnership.
get
It was
there.
real.
Like
And then for me, it was like she just made sure, like she called me out on things that I needed to be called out on, and held me to a level where like if you want to be my partner, we got to do it this way. And it really showed me like she actually cares about who I am as a person too, and wants to see me grow. And that was huge for me because the previous relationship was like, you're the bad guy, and more was like, I'm not the bad guy. It's like, hey, you just need to change here and these certain things, and
Yeah.
we'll be good. And that showed me like, hey, this is really gonna work because you want to see me grow as a person too.
Yeah.
You know?
and
Yeah.
ever since then,
Direction.
we've just been checking
I
off
love
our
it.
goal list, you know? So I
She brought me on my
feels
first
right,
love story.
you know?
This is the first true love story we got on here. So
Yeah, she brought me to my first
Wow.
show, like concert for real.
Yeah.
She brought me to my first
Oh my
resort for real.
gosh.
We did a lot of first things together, which is fun.
Yeah.
And then we moved into like an LDN host together, but now we live by ourselves, which is
Mm-hmm.
amazing. And it was supposed to be 3 years in
Oh, that's
February.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow, but to be full circle, because I remember you saying earlier that your dad said you take it further than he could take it, and then now you guys are together, and your
Yeah.
kid gonna take it further than y'all take me.
Oh, 100%. Oh, I'm gonna be writing down them boot camp notes.
Yeah.
Like, we gonna-
110%.
we're on
There
it.
you go.
We're on it.
Yeah. The anniversary coming up, what, December 18th?
Well, we do. We
that
put
the
that.
Whoa, why was that literally the day?
That is the day.
Oh, 'cause you just
I
said-
said it.
Oh,
You know me. I know all my details. I know all my details.
Aaliyah, how you know? How you
I
know?
was like, yo, that's my girl. Did you just read that? In my mind.
Yo, you
the Wi-Fi.
Bluetooth.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's so
It's
funny.
coming up.
That
That's
is
so cute.
so funny.
No,
But yeah.
Jody,
But yeah, just natural friendship into
Yeah.
and that's what was good. We were
Organic.
natural friends and it was organic, and that's what
Yeah.
I think was cool. We got to know each other
Facts.
at a deeper level without being interested in each other,
Yeah.
and we also I think knew that we were telling each other the truth too. You know when you're trying to like talk to someone and you might lie with a couple of things.
But it was through writing, so we knew we were being honest when we had that conversation. Like we knew about each other's history. I was only with people that wanted to take me down,
And then I was someone that was like
drain the hell out of
And then
me.
I was someone that was good, but I made poor decisions based
Yeah.
off of how they thought I was. And I told her all about that too,
Yeah.
like how I was not good. And she just like understood it.
It was just
Yeah.
like the perfect timing. We both went through what we needed to go through, and
Yeah.
it was just the right time to like, okay, now we're gonna team up and we're gonna get some stuff done.
Yeah, because if I got her back when I was in grade 12, we wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
I was
Since you
the
guys-
person I am.
Different maturity.
Since we
Exactly.
invited you to the podcast, just remember to invite us to your wedding.
Oh,
Don't worry. What?
What are you talking
We gonna do
about?
content.
Yes, come on, you'll be there.
Yeah,
You'll be there.
110%.
No, this
You
is
guys
so
will be there.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Wow.
she wants a 300, 400, 500 people wedding. So
Yeah, crazy.
you guys will definitely
Yes,
be
we
there.
are.
A real Upshaw wedding.
Yes,
Yes.
Up in
exactly.
3 Mile or
Up
whatever.
in 3 Mile Place, you heard it.
I'm already like saving for that.
I'm dying.
Okay, so-
guys. I'm crying.
This was probably the longest episode we ever did.
I imagine.
When it comes to the end, You
One
want to
word
do
checkout?
it? Yeah,
Nah,
one
you
word.
got that, you got
Okay,
that.
I'll do it. So one word checkout, have you guys seen that before? Like,
No.
So the one word checkout is basically the vibe, one word that
Oh,
was the
gosh.
vibe and the feeling of this conversation. Maybe just say the word and then describe why that's the word. And
Uh-oh.
yeah, like I can dive in first. I'll be the first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
The perspective
Ooh.
based on like what you were saying earlier about it being the worst day ever and then it being flipped to the best day ever. It seemed like your perspective shifted and it allowed you to see something that you didn't see earlier that day, even though it was already in motion.
Yeah.
Like that was already in motion because someone already decided that it's going to be on the show, but you were having a bad day, you didn't see it, but then boom. Then your whole like perspective switched. So that's my
I
word.
like that one.
Yeah.
And then this whole conversation allows me to get a perspective of your guys' lives and how you see things and how you're doing things. Because I see you in community doing work all the time. Now I got a more in-depth, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna ask you all these questions out in the world, but like I see you out here, so keep doing
I
your thing,
appreciate
brother.
that. Thank you.
Oh,
My
gosh.
one word.
I can go.
Yes,
You ready?
please.
Yeah. Okay, my word. I was battling between two words, but I think I'm just going to use the word beautiful. I just feel like also the other word was kind of purpose, so I'll sprinkle it in there. Low-key illegal.
Dang.
No one word,
Low-key
only one
illegal,
word.
but it
that's what I
aligns
was
with
just
it.
thinking about.
You know, because
Yeah.
like the beautifulness about like I feel like the both of you like being together and the beauty and like the unexpected, like that day as well when you were having like a really low time, and then it turned out to be maybe not the most like beautiful day the entire time, but it shifted like your perspective and the impact in your life and just like the purpose of you all giving back like to community and wanting to inspire others the way that you've been inspired and stuff is just really beautiful. So yeah, big word that.
You're tapping into that feeling that you said God came down and said,
Yeah.
rise up.
For real. No, legit, like
yeah.
literally. Literally.
I think I got my word.
Go ahead.
It's a big word, but I feel like you guys let this happen in this room organically. Is authenticity, I think, today. Basically getting to share stuff that I don't always get to share. Also get to share with the world that they get to see, but also hopefully relate to. I think that's super big, especially being on such a platform like this so people can grow as well and just be themselves. And that's really big. So I'm happy you guys let us be on here, especially together, and to share those stories as well. Yeah.
Grateful to have you both.
Appreciate that.
I think mine would be connection. I think like all the talk about community and like that purpose. And kind of detailing my life story and understanding how much it meant to me to connect with those and the right people, I would say. But creating that connection, I feel like that's what this is. Like, you know, I've seen you around, like we know of each other. I mean, we've chatted and stuff, but like to actually have the opportunity for us to sit down and really connect and have that conversation and have those things where we are all doing different things, but we can all connect on the general goal and where we can connect on those things. And also us being able to connect in our relationship and then you guys inviting us on. Like I said, this is our first time
Doing a
being
podcast
interviewed together and how like that connection is meaningful and how it can help us all, like when we're connecting with each other, all of us, like how it can help all of us like advance and move forward for sure.
Yeah, y'all got beautiful stories, and I can't wait to see
That's
those.
tough.
This was awesome.
This
This
is
was
tough. You
so
guys gonna
good. We
inspire
had
a
the
lot of
best
people out there in the world. I
Facts.
swear.
We had the
Appreciate
best
that.
time.
Yeah.
This was amazing. I could talk to you guys forever.
There you
No,
go.
same.
Yeah.
I don't want it to end, but
And one thing, shout out to O2 babies.
There you go.
yay!
I'm 03.
Come on now,
Whatever
COVID
that
grad.
means.
COVID grad.
Over grad.
So thank you guys for coming and staying tuned to this episode. Like and subscribe, comment your one word checkout, and check us out on all places where you can listen to podcasts and watch them.
And we'll see you at the next episode. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to our Feature Friday podcast. And just wanted to make sure that you guys are connected on all platforms. So wherever you're tuning in, maybe even leave us a 5-star review.
If you're watching on YouTube, hit like and subscribe.
And on our social medias as well, you can follow us at ANS Lab or at African Nova Scotian Youth Lab as well on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We got the whole mumble jumble. It'll be in our link tree in our bio.
Don't forget to enter our contest that we have in each episode.
And the way to enter that contest will be sprinkled throughout our episodes, so make sure that you're listening and paying attention.
Each episode may be different, but comment below wherever you are.
And if you don't use social media and you're one of those people, you can even reach out to us by email at anslab@onenorthend.com.
The details are in the episode description.
And last but not least, we want to make sure that we get you guys connected to our resource, our network of resources, the Grapevine newsletters. So to get subscribed, you can check the link in our bio and subscribe yourself. But if you're not that tech savvy, you can also email us at anslab@onenorthend.com and we can get you hooked up.
We'll see you on the next episode.
See you next month.
Let's get it.
Feature Friday.
What's your favorite thing about Fridays?
That's a good question.
The features.